Hello and welcome to ASEAN Summit 2021 and this session on how DBS Bank is training their builders to anchor their cloud transformation. My name is Pete Murray and I'm the head of ASEAN Financial Services for AWS. One of the great benefits of moving to the cloud is it brings freedom to builders. Customers are constantly asking us, how do I maintain the freedom and rapid innovation the cloud has brought to my lines of business whilst introducing management and governance tools and processes to make sure I'm staying compliant, secure, and being cost-effective. With many enterprise applications moving to the cloud, especially in financial services, compliance, regulatory, financial and security guardrails are critical pieces in making sure IT operations can run smoothly for our business stakeholders and, most importantly, enable our customers. AWS provides a suite of management tools and governance services so you get a consistent set of modern ops tools to set up, manage and govern your applications and resources. These tools are built from the ground up to be optimized for cloud scale. That said, in order to enable our customers from enterprise and beyond to take advantage of this automation and capability that the cloud offers, it is vital that we are focusing on the most important asset any company has. At AWS, we are very focused on training and enablement in order to help our customers not just adopt cloud, but also be able to do this at speed in order to realize business value, in order to see an improvement in productivity, in order to improve operational performance, and very importantly, ensure that their precious IT and business resources have access to continuous learning, culture, enabling our customers to hire and retain the best talent. Now, we will hear from one of AWS's customers who has been a leader, not just in cloud transformation, but also in skills enablement of their people across IT and business. Introducing today, Davide Herrera, who is the head of public cloud engineering for DBS Bank here in Singapore. David, thank you for joining us today at ASEAN Summit. Now, you're the head of public cloud engineering for DBS Bank. Can you tell us a little bit about your role?
Thanks for having me, Pete. DBS started its cloud journey as part of our digital transformation strategy back in 2017. First with private cloud, then branching out to public cloud with AWS. The public cloud engineering team I am managing is responsible for designing and creating the technical solutions for public cloud implementation, ensuring that we are able to support data at scale securely and infrastructure as a code, providing public cloud solutions to the DBS developer community.
So can you tell us about your own personal experience working with cloud and with AWS?
Well, regarding my first experience with AWS, I will say that I first started learning about public cloud around 2014 when I was looking for ways to improve the current system that I was managing. I started using a NoSQL database and the auto-scaling capabilities of EC2 surprised me. After that, I started using other technologies like containers, and I always find public cloud to be a very good support for these technologies. Since then, I have been focused on the implementation and optimization of public cloud, first in Europe, and after that, United Arab Emirates, and now in Singapore with DBS. One of the reasons that I joined DBS is because the size of the challenge were very interesting. And also, joining one of the most technological banks in the world was a challenge by itself.
Well, we're all very glad you're here in Southeast Asia with us today. And why is learning and skills enablement such a core value for DBS's IT and business teams?
Well, the reason why learning and skills enablement is a such core value in DBS is because DBS has a very security-oriented approach when it comes to public cloud usage within the bank. We have wrapped a series of controls and governance policies into a built-in framework, what we call Evolve. Evolve is an abstraction above AWS CloudFormation that enforces security by design to enable our application teams to use public cloud tools and technology through templates with preventive and directive controls. So Evolve enforces best practices through these built-in templates, such as automatically scheduled database snapshots and volume backups. It as well ensures best practices through architectural templates to standardize service use cases in a DBS controlled manner. For instance, collecting external data from partners or automated push notifications. We needed our developers to understand how to interact with this framework, and we found that the fastest way to do so was through the AWS training and certification to build a strong foundational knowledge in AWS Cloud. Because our framework is built on top of AWS APIs. As Evolve is an internal open source solution, developers are also encouraged to contribute on Evolve by creating their own enhancements to help them develop and deploy faster and more securely. This requires a deep understanding of AWS and its services. Hence, to help our application teams to build this strong foundational knowledge, we work with the AWS team to create a bespoke training curriculum which fitted our needs before offering the training internally.
So can you share more about DBS's approach to the process of cloud training?
Well, the two key elements of our approach are planning early and having a visible leadership. When we first started planning for adoption at scale, we actually made a point to integrate training as part of our project plan to deliver our cloud transformation strategy. We apply a blended learning approach to our DBS cloud training by tapping on external experts, like in this case AWS, and as well as offer internal developed content to enable our tech teams to immediately apply their skills to their projects. As an example, our subject matter experts, they sat down with AWS to decide upon the training and content that will be offered to the DBS community. After an internal evaluation, we customize the content to align it with the DBS strategy, emphasizing the importance, of course, of the security, and to ensure that we have enough cases to fit the appetite of the training within the bank. We also offer AWS certifications, readiness workshops to help employees to prepare the exam.
I love the fact that DBS offers the AWS certification readiness workshops as well. So what are some of the benefits that you're now seeing from this training approach that you could share with the audience?
Well, we found that imbuing the strong foundational knowledge in our tech teams, they are now better equipped to build and release features faster, so that we as a bank, we can respond faster to our consumers' needs. We also seen the results of our investment in cloud learning and enablement through the amount of quality of level 1 support questions or requests that come through our central cloud solution engineering team. Instead of coming to us with generic support requests like, hey, I cannot deploy my app, people are now able to better interpret their own logs and resources to ask more specific questions. This frees up our operational teams to focus on providing a faster, higher value support, things such creating new features based on the demand, or also improve processes through automation, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and so on.
I think that's just such an incredible point about the value that you're seeing through that cloud training approach in the complexity of the level 1 support requests that the DBS teams are seeing, which is now enabling you to move faster and deliver more value to your business stakeholders and, of course, your customers. So one thing that the audience might not actually know is that DBS also holds the most AWS certifications of any financial services organization across Southeast Asia. So David, why has this been an important goal for you and the team, and how is DBS being helped with this cloud transformation journey by setting those kinds of objectives and goals?
Well, at DBS, we behave very much like a technology company offering financial and banking services rather than a traditional bank looking to digitalize. We found certification to be one good indication of the technical knowledge and skills we acquired. Our certification goal also demonstrated internally and externally just how serious we are about our cloud transformation journey. The training we offer has a clear learning path that our team can follow and expand on if they are keen on. For example, someone can attend security training and validate their knowledge with this certification. So to make learning a joyful experience for our application teams, we actually gamify certifications by making it an internal challenge to incentivize our teams to get themselves certified. This got us where we are now, with the most AWS certifications of any financial institution across Southeast Asia.
I really love the fact that you've gamified that certification journey and set those challenges internally to really fire that learning and enablement culture within DBS.
We prefer to encourage our folks to build a strong foundational knowledge through certification like AWS Cloud Practitioner, AWS Solution Architect, both associate and professional, and as well Developer Associate. Getting their basics right in order to accelerate progress in their chosen topics when they branch out into their interest areas, like security or machine learning and artificial intelligence.
Yeah, that investment and that focus on building that strong core foundation is something that we truly applaud that DBS has taken that approach. But there's something also pretty exciting that the DBS team has just executed that we'll ask you to talk a little bit about today. DBS just executed the largest DeepRacer league for any financial services organisation in the world. Why was this DBS DeepRacer collaboration so important for your people and for their learning journeys across both IT and business?
Well, our tech community is very familiar with the public cloud agenda because we have spent years on education and also internal showcase of our plan and goals. We saw the league as an opportunity to bridge the gap between technology and business to get the business folk interested in public cloud as well. For the first time, business folks who were not familiar at all what public cloud is or how it works have the opportunity to experience the cloud for themselves. Over 3,000 employees participated in the bank-wide event, even Piyush, our CEO. The league helps upon intended the interest and understanding not in only cloud-powered technologies, but also in machine learning and artificial intelligence, as well, and further aligns tech and business teams. It turned cloud and data from an abstract concept they knew little about into a tool that they could potentially use to power their business needs.
I love that point you make about turning cloud and data and the way it can be used from an abstract concept into something that's solid and meaningful for business and IT folks. And over 3,000 people across the bank trained. We also see, and we talked a little bit earlier about one of the two key principles for your cloud training approach, one being planning early, but the other being visible leadership. We also saw in the DBS DeepRacer League real visible top-down leadership in the skills and learning journeys. The DeepRacer League at DBS had over 1,000 senior execs taking part, and this is a perfect example of that visible leadership. So, David, how important has that senior leadership alignment been in the cloud transformation journey for DBS?
Well, with the DeepRacer example, along with Piyush, at least 74% of our senior leadership team across different markets, they were trained in deep racing technologies, which set a fantastic example for everyone. In fact, by the end of the league, 87% of the employees that completed their deep racer training, they were from non-technology teams. When Piyush and the leaders start talking about cloud and the AWS DeepRacer League, everyone got excited about cloud, and that momentum carried across various areas of cloud training. We saw a significant increase compared to past year. The interest across our business teams on our courses, such as Cloud Practitioner Essential, increased by 226%. I think this is a direct result of senior leadership alignment.
That's an incredible outcome, an incredible statistic and data point of seeing your Cloud Practitioner Essentials enrollments increase by over 200% as a result of what you were seeing from the DeepRacer League and this gamification of learning. So I'm sure there's a lot of people in the audience today, bankers, insurers, leaders across the financial services industry who are sitting back reflecting today about their own cloud learning journeys and really importantly about the cloud learning journeys of their team. So what would be your one piece of advice to the audience out there who are thinking about their cloud learning journeys?
Well, I should say that first you need to target your audience and understand what they need in order to proceed. Or as we say in DBS, how can I make our employees or customer journey joyful?
David, on behalf of AWS and the cloud community in financial services across Southeast Asia, thank you for sharing with us today and taking part. And thank you to DBS for continuing to lead the way in their commitment to skills, learning, and enablement. Now, if you also want to work with AWS, we bring skills enablement to the table. We offer a rich set of AWS training and certification tools to help your teams reskill for the cloud. Online classes, in-person classes, and certification mechanisms are all available. And we also provide a rich body of skills in geographic practices with experts in 38 countries around the world. And our Amazon partner organisation has onboarded tens of thousands of consulting partners worldwide to bring skills to the table. You can also leverage digital training, classroom training, and more at aws.com/training. Thank you for joining us today, and please fill up the session survey just before you catch other sessions in Summit so we can continue to improve the AWS Summit experience for you in the future.